Well, the next session is all about health. And like they say, health is wealth, and how to preserve health, how to in fact take care of your body, how to understand what you should eat, what you should not. Our next guest is someone who has inspired a whole new generation of people into realizing that prevention is better than cure when it comes to disease, when it comes to taking care of your health. In fact, we all follow his advice. We take tips from him on social media. And in fact, when I was backstage, I was picking his brains on what I should do personally, and I got some advice and some consultation for free on some of the problems that I have been facing when it comes to my health and my eating habits. So, without further ado, I'm going to ask everyone here to give a big round of applause to Mr. Luke Coutinho, who's the co-founder of the Luke Coutinho Holistic Healing Systems. And I want everyone to pay close attention to everything he has to say, latch on to every word that he has to tell you, because it is good for you.
Thank you. Click or send. Yes. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you had a great lunch. You would have noticed the lunch that you had a lot of our Indian superfoods in them. But before we get into health and lifestyle, before we get into topics like cancer, Alzheimer's, and diabetes, it was the 27th of November, 2020, amidst the lockdown. I was with my family. We were in the beautiful state of Goa. My mom, my family around, and we got this official letter from the government. The letter spoke about our Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji, his vision for a fit India. It explained about lifestyle and how he had a vision to take fitness across our country, prevention across our country, and lifestyle across our country to the next level. There was a request for me to be the champion of lifestyle and wellness for his Fit India movement, which I was proud to receive. From then till now, it's been an amazing journey across our country, trying to fulfill our Prime Minister's vision when it comes to lifestyle, prevention, and a holistic approach towards looking at disease. We had two great speakers, three of them in fact right before, that spoke about medicine, that spoke about lifestyle, that spoke about prevention. I had the honor of spending some time with Professor Anne last evening before the session. And she was talking about her work in the space of integrative Alzheimer's, the requirement to look beyond the symptom, the requirement to look at how lifestyle can impact prevention and assist with recovery. The future of wellness in our country is focused way beyond medicine alone. Dr. Jonathan just spoke about right medicine, right person, right time. He also spoke about the best investment being in prevention. When we look today at the future of wellness, it will require us to have an approach beyond the symptom. While we have medicine to treat the symptom, how will we address the root cause of a condition? When we look at cancer, we look at diabetes, we look at obesity, we look at autoimmune conditions in our country. We have a symptomatic approach, but the future of wellness will require us to look at the root cause. Why are we getting sick? Why do we get diabetes? Why does our cancer reoccur? Why are we pre-diabetic? Why do we have our Prime Minister launching a campaign to fight obesity in our country? The future of medicine will look at AI, technology, science, medicine, and the fragments of our healthcare system, which include nutrition, dietetics, emotions, sleep medicine, exercise and movement, and how we can use science and AI to put all of this together as we look at a patient as a whole and not as a disease. Today in my talk, I want to present to you the fundamentals of human health. We have two categories of health in our world right now. We have complication, where the latest trends are red light therapy, ice baths, longevity supplements and pills. And then we have a category which focuses on, before complication, have we got the basic fundamentals right? What are these basic fundamentals that every one of us need? You, me, all our citizens across the country and the world. What are these fundamentals that we need? How do diseases start to get better when we use the best medication, but we also complement it with the right lifestyle? We're aware of emerging sciences showing us the correlation of sleep deprivation with a suppressed immune system. We're aware of the science showing us chronic stress levels, the impact on cortisol, adrenaline, hormonal health, and our immune system and inflammation. We're aware of a sedentary lifestyle and what it does for our immune system, and we're also aware of extreme overtraining without the right nutrition. I would like to start off with our first pillar, which is nutrition. And today we are honored to discuss and unveil to you some of our hand-selected superfoods that grow in our own country, selected by our Honorable Prime Minister, Modi ji. The United Nations declared 2023 as the International Year of Millets, spearheaded by our Honorable Prime Minister. India is the world's largest producer of millets, 38.4% of the world's total production. But why millets? A lot of people will say, but Luke, that's a carbohydrate. Who said carbohydrates are bad? We have poor quality carbohydrates and we have the overconsumption of carbohydrates. We have an imbalance on our plates. We have more carbohydrates but less protein. We have carbohydrates disguised in junk food and ultra-processed. Let me make a correction, because junk food is not food. So we have carbohydrates disguised in junk and ultra-processed. When you look at millets, agriculturally in our country, it's favorable, but it is gluten-free and fiber-rich. Low glycemic index, allowing our pre-diabetics and diabetics to also have and consume balanced nutrition and balanced meals. Rich in minerals and antioxidants, something that we all need to maintain low inflammatory levels in the human body. It supports digestion, health, and a healthy weight. It enhances cognitive function because of its rich constituency of potassium, magnesium, and B vitamins that help you with your cognitive health. It's an excellent choice for people across all ages, including students. In our country, we have finger millet, pearl millet, also known as ragi, bajra, sorghum. At most of your meals, you would have tasted some of these millets today. The second superfood, loved by our Prime Minister and by all of us as well, is makhana. Fox nuts, but it's actually a seed. I love to call this the great Indian popcorn. If you've tasted makhana, which is crunchy, and it is made the right way, it can match up with popcorn. Calories, protein, fiber, very well-balanced snack when it is paired with protein and the right ingredients. Low glycemic index, making it a great snack and a food for people who are metabolically unfit. It's a complex carbohydrate, great high-fiber snack, rich in bioactive compounds and B vitamins. How can we consume makhana the right way? It's very simple. In less than 2 minutes, you can make your own snack at home, where you roast it with pure ghee, which is a healthy fat, a little bit of turmeric, a little bit of coconut oil, salt, and pepper. While makhana is becoming big in our country, it's a shout out to all the food manufacturers. Please don't take away the health values of makhana by putting in unnecessary ingredients like sugars, chemicals, and anything else that isn't fit for human consumption. We can make this at home. Another superfood in our own country. A lot of Indians are chasing blueberries and blackberries and raspberries. These are great fruits for you when you're eating them in the country that they grow. We don't have a lack of berries in our country. We have something called the Indian superberry, called the amla. It's got 6 to 8 more vitamin C than oranges. Antioxidants, 17 times antioxidants more than pomegranates. The health benefits move on from lowering your LDL to your blood pressure. When we say anti-cancer properties, it does not mean by eating amla your cancer will go away. Nutrition is supportive to cancer. It is not a replacement for your disease or your medication. It strengthens your bones and your oral health. We can consume it raw in the form of juices, powders, pickles and chutneys, and candy with the healthy ingredients. Every time I go to New York, which is probably once in 45 days to see my patients, I have a lot of people saying, hey, Luke, can you get me some A2 Desi ghee? This is a superfood that originates in our country. It's a cooking medium. It is called the food of gods because of its nutritional benefits, and it's existed in our ancient Ayurvedic systems and in modern medicine as one of the healthiest saturated fats. Please understand, by just eating pure ghee will not solve your problems. If you eat too much of saturated fats, you will have problems. Some of our benefits: vitamin A, E, and K. Pure ghee will aid your digestion. It'll help you with your immune system. It helps us with fat metabolism. It nourishes our skin and hair, which is why you will find it in all of our local hair oils and some of our cosmetics. It's supportive to cognitive health, and it is a great lubrication for your joints and your bones. We can use it as an alternative to refined oils. We can cook. We can deep fry, although we should be careful of deep frying in our country, especially since we're all trying to support a vision of helping reduce obesity. It can be used in herbal remedies and as a substitute for butter. Moringa grows abundantly in our country and Africa. Plays a huge role in remote villages in our country where young women and pregnant women have anemia. They have a lack of iron. Moringa is extremely rich in this, and it finds itself getting into the diets of young women, women carrying children, and children post-delivery as well. Loaded with vitamin A, C, and B, calcium, iron, potassium, this plant grows easily across our country. Most traditional homes will have a moringa tree in the background. The leaves, you can use it in soups and salads. The powder you can add to your smoothies, your herbal teas, or warm water. And the drumsticks are included in your curries, your lentils, and your stews. The beauty of this plant, and this was a project that we had in Africa several years ago, the seeds of the drumstick are used to purify water. So there are many ways that we can use nature with the right science and the right methods to enhance holistic living. Turmeric, India's golden superfood. A lot of our mums gave us a warm glass of haldi doodh before we slept at night, which is nothing but turmeric and milk. 7 years ago when I went to California, I was at Starbucks and there was a golden latte for $7. And I was like, oh, let's try this. And I was like, $7 for haldi milk? No, let me just get a coffee. But the way turmeric is moved around the world has been phenomenal, but just in the name of nature, it can also become dangerous. People overdoing it on curcumin capsules, turmeric supplements when they have liver problems, aggressive cancers. We need to have the right ways of using these things. But if you use it in the form that nature has given it to you, which is raw, fresh turmeric or turmeric powder, it is magical. One of the highest anti-inflammatory spices on this planet. Helps you with pain, immunity, cholesterol. Everything I say is not magic. You need to bring in exercise, your emotional wellness, your sleep, and everything to make the efficacy of food work better. How do you include it in your diet? Before bedtime, tea, curries, black pepper has to be mixed with turmeric for its absorption. The Indian garam masala. Brian Johnson spoke about this. He's saying, I have garam masala as one of my longevity hacks. Great job, Brian. We've had Indian garam masala in our traditions for years and years in our country. The beauty of this is every garam masala can be made differently. The primary ingredients would be cloves, cardamom, black pepper, cumin, bay leaves, nutmeg, coriander seeds. Different states in India will make it differently. But every ingredient that you see over here on this ORAC scale of inflammation, these are the highest anti-inflammatory spices. By just adding a little bit of this garam masala, If you're vegetarian, to your curries, to your stews. If you're non-vegetarian, as marinades for your fish, for your meat, or however else you want to add this to your diet. We can use it in these particular ways. Local seasonal fruits and vegetables in India continue to be a superfood. And that's why we're constantly trying to work with the government to create an honest food chain. Fruits are great until they're filled with pesticides. Fruits are great until the quality changes. We have so many local fruits in our country and vegetables. I want to talk about beans as a superfood in India because we do have a protein gap. We do have people who are deficient in protein for two primary reasons. One is we're eating too much of outside food and too much of junk, which is devoid in protein. And number two, as primarily a vegetarian country, you have lesser options than the non-vegetarians. When you look at common beans like rajma, kidney beans, the Bengal gram, the green gram, your local black-eyed peas, your black beans, your black gram, these are powerful, powerful protein sources when they are mixed with a grain. Having a bowl of beans alone is an incomplete protein. It has to be mixed with either rice, millets, sweet potato. Some people like to mix it with quinoa. You have to mix them for it to become a complete protein. Our Honorable Prime Minister has given us the privilege and honor. And Mr. Kartik, it's such a pleasure to be on the stage today. As the founder of NXT, thank you for this platform where you have brought so many great speakers together. So many great speakers, so many ideas. Because I believe healthcare in the future is going to be fixing the missing parts of the puzzle. While we have advancements in medicine, we have nutrition, we have emotional science, we have sleep medicine. How do we bring it all together? And it's a platform like this which is going to do that for us. Some of our top lifestyle tips for the country: choose fresh and local. Your timing and your portions matter. When you eat, what you eat, and what time you eat. Early dinners. I know India loves late night meals. Please bring down your dinners. This is for your blood sugar levels, for your digestive health, acidity, and a lot more. Chew your food well. Bless your food. You don't have to be religious to bless your food. A simple thank you is a prayer of gratitude. Limit junk, 10-minute deliveries. You can never cook healthy food in 10 minutes. I want you to understand that. When we are supporting the Prime Minister's vision of overcoming obesity, it is the little things like this that will matter. Balance your macros, India. We are a carb-heavy nation. We have to increase our activity, reduce our carbs, and have our macros balanced. Eat mindfully, prioritize home-cooked meals. It's something that we call Ghar Ka Khana, which is your home food. Men, learn to cook. Teach your sons how to cook. It's such a beautiful stress relief activity to learn how to cook and cook your own meals. And reduce oil. Cut it down by 10 to 15%. One of your meals can be steamed. One of your meals can be poached. This suggestion is by our Honorable Prime Minister. Overcoming obesity or any disease will be synonymous with nutrition and movement. The Fit India movement, which is the brainchild of our Prime Minister, encourages every Indian citizen to take personal responsibility when it comes to our own fitness. Simple things. We're not here to talk about complication. We're here to talk about moving daily, training holistically. What does that mean? You're training for strength, muscle, endurance, stamina, flexibility, mobility. These are not things that we think you need. This is what your human body needs every day. And so we got to train holistically, mind-body exercises like yoga, pranayama, meditation. If you didn't have a 1-hour slot for your workout, do 45 minutes. If you didn't have 45 minutes, do 30 minutes. If you don't have 30 minutes, do 15 minutes, because something is better than nothing. I know everyone's been enthusiastic to be here the first day of this amazing conclave. How many of you did your workout this morning? Put your hands up. Even if it was 15 minutes. Mr. Kartik, I'm hoping for the next conclave we have a lot more hands going up after this. We have Indian holistic exercises. I can choose to go to a gym. I can choose to do Hindu push-ups, squats, the mugdar, that's a weighted instrument that you use to train every body part, including muscle. We have our Surya Namaskar, which is sun salutations that trains your breath, movement, joints, and even muscle. We have mace swinging, rope climbing. Integrate this into your workouts, make them fun. June 21st was declared as International Yoga Day by the United Nations when our Honorable Prime Minister took yoga to the world. My question is for all our Indian citizens, are we using that? Are we using our own yoga, pranayama, and meditation in our daily lives every day? Some of the asanas that our Prime Minister recommends, and he also does and leads by example, are sun salutations, back bends, mountain poses, triangle poses, and chanting and humming. Things that can be done in 30 minutes. Inexpensive, free, it only requires discipline and consistency. I must go back to talk about the Yoga with Modi YouTube channel, where it's available for free across the country, where anyone who wants to learn yoga can start their journey. These are some of our pictures of our Honorable Prime Minister leading by example. Quality sleep becomes an absolute necessary pillar for human health in the space of prevention and in the space of recovery. All the magic happens while we sleep. All the magic in the human body. A medicine will treat the symptom. It can cure your disease. All the repair, the regeneration, our genome behaving the right way will be influenced by our environment that we create for ourselves within us through nutrition, sleep, movement, emotions, and externally, the quality of our air, water, social connections, and community, which is where I pause to make an honest and a humble plea to our government to support us with clean air, clean water, and honest food. We ran a campaign for the Fit India movement called the Sleep Deeper India campaign all through last year, where we reached out to millions of Indians across the country, encouraging them to change their sleep habits. People who improved their sleep, we took all their data, and I am going to share with you the top lifestyle changes to sleep better and deeper. Number one was breath and pranayama. 5 minutes of deep breathing the right way before sleep can move you from the sympathetic nervous system to the parasympathetic nervous system. I want all of you, if you don't know already, to Google something called left nostril breathing. You can fall asleep deeply and beautifully by just changing the way you breathe. Now, left nostril will help you to calm down and sleep. Don't confuse this. I had people doing the left nostril breathing in meetings and feeling sleepy. In a meeting, if you want to stay awake, you do right nostril breathing because that energizes you. Everything in the human body is balance. The way we breathe, air moving and circulating through our body can create energy or can move us to the parasympathetic nervous system. Connecting with natural light, resetting your circadian rhythm. First thing in the morning, what would you choose? Looking at your phone or connecting with natural light for even 10 minutes can help you reset your circadian rhythm for that night of sleep. Exercise, a brilliant lifestyle change to sleep deeper. Chanting and meditation, spirituality and mindfulness. Dark sleep, try to make your room as dark as possible or use an eye mask. Limit gadgets at least 45 minutes before bedtime. Quality family time, so you're probably connecting, engaging, talking about nice things before sleep rather than aggressive things. Hobbies like reading, painting, and calming music. These were the top lifestyle changes that help people move from sleeplessness to sleep. And then small changes of eating your meal earlier, trying to wean off your sleep medication that you're taking over the counter without your doctor's prescription, and all of that follows next. Our fourth pillar is emotional wellness. The one thing I see in every disease today is a connection with stress. When a body's trying to heal from a cancer, when a body's trying to heal from a disease, when a body's trying to prevent a disease, we have to medically honor and understand the word homeostasis, which is balance. How do we achieve homeostasis? There are many ways. The calmer we are, the more time we spend in the parasympathetic nervous system, your body is working for you. Your immune system is working for you. When we're in a constant state of chronic stress, anger, resentment, guilt, always fighting, always on the go, not giving ourselves a break, we're out of homeostasis. we're out of balance. Our body doesn't work for us. It works against us. Some of our most powerful lifestyle tips to improve the emotional health and mental health in our country. Wake up, soak in natural sunlight first. There's no sunlight, connect with natural light. Walk, breathe fresh air, practice mindfulness. Again, it's a plea to our government to help us with fresh and clean air. Meditate, pray for inner peace. I want people to reframe stress. Stress has become a bad word. Oh, I'm stressed, I'm stressed. It's not a bad word. I want us to see stress as a challenge to overcome, not a threat. We all see stress as a threat. With a threat comes fear, anxiety, and the cycle gets vicious. Slow down, enjoy life. We have one life. Slow down, be busy, be ambitious, but learn how to slow down. You have a lot on your plate today. How are you going to create relaxation? How are you going to create balance? Build strong social connections and community. It is so important for our happiness. Spend most of your time making money, doing what you want, but please build your emotional health because it has a direct connection with your physical body and disease. Engage in service and volunteering. One of the best, most fulfilling human experiences is the joy of serving or the joy of volunteering. And of course, if you have an emotional or mental health problem, always take therapy professionally if you need it. Today we have a special announcement to make. It is an absolute privilege to be requested through this amazing conclave and by our Honorable Prime Minister to create a Modi dish for our country and a Modi menu for our country and lifestyle tips based on superfoods, inspired by his lifestyle and inspired by what exactly our country is going to need to invest in prevention and to help with obesity, diabetes, and everything else. All of you will have access to the Modi dish. We have the recipes, we have the macros, and we've used all Indian local foods. We've got our proteins, our carbs, and our fibers all in place to set an example to our country and people across the world that we don't need extreme diets. We need balance, we need science, and we need consistent action. What makes this dish that we've created for our Honorable Prime Minister special? We've got millets, we got beans, we got your grains to make it a complete protein. We have the garam masala, we have turmeric, our cooking medium is pure ghee, we have hemp seeds and pumpkin seeds. We want to unveil the Modi lifestyle that focuses on a nutritional guide, which we will have the honor of introducing across all schools in our country and every household, that will teach us the basics of nutrition, food, and lifestyle tips that we can engage in on our daily life. You will all have access to a special lunch menu and a dinner menu. At your respective places to eat, there will be a QR code. All you need to do is scan it and you will have the access to the recipes, ingredients, and the macros. What is the foundation of wellness for every Indian? Clean air. We need clean air. We can have the best medicine in the world. We can have the best nutrition. We can have the best speakers sitting in this room. But our environment determines how our physical body and our mental health will respond. So we have humble pleas to our government and our leaders to support us with clean air, an honest food chain, and clean water. The future of wellness will depend on honest educational content, scientific content, educational content that does not get mixed up with influencer content that is not based on science and that is not based on evidence. Lifestyle changes. Our Prime Minister has been an advocate for us making lifestyle changes. When we look at the prevention of disease or the recovery of disease, please take the latest medications that exist. Respect your doctor's work, the science and everything gone through, but please also understand that the medicine alone will not work. We have to change our lifestyle, the way we sleep, the way we think, the way we eat, and the way we move. We have to look at honest medicine. We need to look at integrating and making use of technology and AI in an honest way. And we also have to inspire personal responsibility of every Indian to do your part to get healthy. The small little things that you and I can do every day that we should do. Before I end this, I love this quote by our Prime Minister. Yoga helps us as individuals. As we evolve into better versions of ourselves, we create better communities, a better society, a better humankind, and ultimately a better world. I'd like to add, if this all can happen through yoga, imagine when we start living 360 degrees, looking at everything that the human body needs to prevent and to heal. I'm absolutely grateful to our Honorable Prime Minister Modi for inspiring us with the Fit India movement and your focus and constant support on health and wellness in our country. Shri Kartikeya Sharma, it's an absolute pleasure for this amazing stage that you have created for all of us to be here today. To all my fellow speakers, dignitaries, thank you for your patience and thank you for all the amazing content that you'll have been sharing. And last and not the least, my amazing team out there, we have a big job. We have a big, big job to do. Thank you, everyone. I would like to end it by saying anger and hatred will not solve the problems and challenges that we're trying to solve. It is always going to be unity and collective action. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Do we have questions? Are we doing question and answers? No, right? No, I don't. Thank you so much.
All right, Luke. What you said was not only amazing, it was useful. It is something that all of us will benefit from. It is something that all of us can use, go home and practice, and it's going to bring about results that will not only make us healthy, but happy and a little stress-free as well. Thank you so much. I would want everybody to applaud for Luke once again. What he said, what he spoke about, touched everyone at every level. And of course, what he was trying to synopsize is that health means not only wealth, but it also means peace at a number of levels.